You've probably noticed it. You fill up your gas tank and wince. You grab groceries and your total is higher than last month. Again. You check your credit card bill and wonder where all your money went. You're not imagining it. You're not being careless with your spending. Something deeper is happening in the American economy, and most people have no idea what's actually driving it. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the real reason inflation is refusing to die in 2026, and why the Federal Reserve is essentially powerless to stop it right now. Let's start with what everyone thinks they know. Most people believe inflation is caused by the government printing too much money, or by companies getting greedy, or by supply chain problems left over from COVID. And sure, all of those played a role in the past few years. But here's the thing. Most of those factors have faded. Supply chains have mostly recovered. The money printing stopped. So why is inflation still sitting above 4% in 2026? Why won't it come down? The answer is hiding in plain sight. Energy prices. Here's how the chain works, and pay close attention because this affects every single dollar you spend. When energy prices go up, and right now they are going up significantly, it doesn't just mean you pay more at the gas pump. Energy is the backbone of the entire economy. It costs more to manufacture goods. It costs more to ship those goods across the country. It costs more to heat and cool the stores where you buy them. It costs more to run the farms that grow your food. Every single product you touch has energy baked into its price. So when energy costs spike, everything gets more expensive, not just fuel. Right now, oil prices are elevated and staying that way. The conflict in the Middle East has disrupted supply routes and created uncertainty in global energy markets. The price of gasoline in the US is up over 40% compared to a year ago, and that ripple effect is spreading through every corner of the economy. Jewelry prices are up. Software costs are rising. Food prices are climbing. These aren't random. They all trace back to energy. Now here's where it gets really interesting and really frustrating. The Federal Reserve's main tool for fighting inflation is raising interest rates. Higher rates slow down borrowing, cool off spending, and theoretically bring prices down. That's the plan. That's always been the plan. But here's the brutal truth. Raising interest rates cannot fix an energy problem. You cannot make oil cheaper by making mortgages more expensive. You cannot lower gas prices by making it harder to get a business loan. The Fed is fighting a fire with the wrong tool. And they know it. So what happens? The Fed is stuck. If they cut interest rates to give relief to struggling households and businesses, they risk letting inflation run even hotter. If they keep rates high, which is what they're doing right now, they slow the economy, hurt the housing market, make credit card debt more crushing, and squeeze everyday Americans who are already stretched thin. There is no easy exit, and the Fed has openly admitted this tension in their recent meetings. This is exactly why you're feeling the squeeze from two directions at once. Prices are high because of energy, and borrowing costs are high because the Fed is trying to fight those prices. You're paying more for everything you buy and more for every dollar you borrow. Your mortgage is more expensive. Your car loan is more expensive. Your credit card interest is punishing you every single month. Meanwhile, your paycheck hasn't kept up. Real wages, that's your income adjusted for inflation, have stopped growing. You are working just as hard and falling further behind. And here's the part that should really make you think. This isn't a tempo, rare glitch. This isn't something that's going to be resolved in a month or two. Energy markets are tied to geopolitical events that are deeply unpredictable. Until the situation in the Middle East stabilizes, until oil supply pressure eases, the upward force on prices will remain. Economists at Deloitte, Goldman Sachs, and the Conference Board are all saying the same thing. Inflation is going to stay above the Fed's 2% target well into 2026 and likely beyond. Affordability pain is not going away soon. So what does this mean for you? It means the old playbook, wait it out, things will get back to normal, may not apply here. It means understanding what's actually driving your cost of living isn't just interesting, it's necessary. Because the decisions you make about your money in this environment, how you save, how you borrow, how you invest, need to account for a world where prices stay elevated and interest rates stay high longer than anyone expected. The hidden reason inflation won't go away is energy. And until that changes, everything else in the economy stays under pressure. Now, you know what most people don't. The question is, what are you going to do with that information? If you want to understand how to actually protect your finances in a high inflation, high interest rate world, make sure you subscribe, because that's exactly what we're covering next.